Hello and welcome to the Inns of Court Armoured Car Regiment channel. Today we'll be covering the events of April the 16th to April the 18th, 1945. April the 16th. D Squadron moved out in the early morning to relieve C Squadron's patrols at Meisendorf. At this point, the 15th Scottish Infantry Division on the right flank of the 11th Armoured Division had been held up. Due to this, it was necessary for the Inns of Court to provide flank protection for the 11th Armoured Division on both flanks. This was done by B and C Squadrons on the left flank and A Squadron on the right flank. B Squadron sent out patrols from Bergen and was given the secondary task of making contact with the 11th Hussars. B Squadron's patrols were able to make a few miles of progress along their routes west and northwest until they were held up by enemy infantry at Manhorn. B Squadron then held their positions for the rest of the day. C Squadron was sent north from Meisendorf to Weitzendorf, where they were to recce all routes out of the town. South of Weitzendorf, the lead patrol was engaged by enemy infantry and a 75mm gun, which were engaged and destroyed. Shortly afterwards, the road was found to be blocked by a 40-foot crater. On the right flank, the 15th Scottish Infantry Division had reached Unterlüss and made contact with the patrol from A Squadron posted there. Another patrol from A Squadron, along with some tanks from the 15th 19th Hussars, made their way through Wiesen to Gur Airhouse, where our tanks had a skirmish with the flak guns of the Schmarbeck aerodrome. The patrol at Unterlüss moved on to Wichtenberg and awaited the full squadron to join them, after which patrols were sent out. Eimke was found to be still occupied, and the patrol was recalled to Wichtenberg, where A Squadron harboured for the night. B Squadron was recalled to Bergen for the night and was ordered to defend the town from possible attack from the north and west. C Squadron withdrew to Windenhausen, after which they were sent to guard the poison gas storage area near Url. The storage area contained 11,000 tons of poison gas containers and was guarded by 300 Germans. The commandant negotiated the surrender of the storage dump due to fears that the area could be shelled. Forest fires were in the area, and some of C Squadron's patrols, along with local volunteers and German soldiers from the storage dump's garrison, combated the fires all night to protect the storage dump. April the 17th. A Squadron's patrols reached Embsen and at Melbeck until they were held up by enemy resistance. B Squadron kept its patrols in the area of Bergen for the day. C Squadron stayed in Url and also accepted the surrender of Munster, where 4,000 hospitalised German troops were taken prisoner. In the evening they were relieved by Todtfors. D Squadron sent up patrols and found Barkum, Rellingen, Amelinghausen and Dorgenindorf to be clear. All patrols were recalled for the night. A Squadron harboured in Felgen, B Squadron at Wildel, C Squadron in Erlendorf and D Squadron at Holthusen. April the 18th. The regiment started at first light, with all four squadrons on the line. B and D Squadrons were deployed to the left flank, A Squadron on the centre of the advance of the 11th Armoured Division, and C Squadron to the right flank. A Squadron returned to Ebsen and Melbeck, while D Squadron returned to Amelinghausen and Dorgerendorf. C Squadron reached Bienenbüttel and Bievensen, from which patrols were sent out. Otermendingen and Robel were found to be clear, with contact being made with the 15th Scottish Infantry Division at Robel. The patrol sent to Romstedt came under attack, where the leading scout car was hit by a Panzerfaust. Sergeant Sims was able to bail clear from the scout car before it was hit, but Trooper A. Davies was killed in his seat. This loss was greatly felt by C Squadron, as Trooper Davies was one of the old hands, and had been with the squadron for a long time. The patrol withdrew and kept Romstedt under observation. B Squadron took over D Squadron's positions at Amelinghausen and Dorgenendorf, allowing D Squadron to patrol to Westergelsen. A Squadron was ordered to recce in the direction of Lüneburg. All road bridges to the south of Lüneburg were found to have been destroyed, but a small footbridge at Oedemer was found intact. However, it could only withstand the lightest of vehicles. Major H.W.J. Llewellyn arranged for 6 Dingo Scout cars under the command of Lieutenant J.C. Graham to be sent across and race into Lüneburg. On their way, they encountered a large force of German infantry preparing to defend the town, but the Germans quickly changed their minds after a few bursts from the Vickers K machine guns on the scout cars. The ragtag force of scout cars pressed on to the market square and the bridges to the east of it, and again dissuaded the enemy from the defence of the area with their Vickers K machine guns. The force was joined by a further 5 Dingo scout cars, including those from the squadron's headquarters, as well as 2 half-tracks upon which the Blitz troop had crammed aboard. The force set up a defence of the market square and the bridges, until relieved by the 15th 19th Hussars and the 1st Cheshires an hour and a half later. Major Llewellyn and Lieutenant Graham were both awarded the Military Cross for their actions. D Squadron made headway on their patrols and found Weerhofen and Loomelen to be clear, although the bridge at Loomelen had been destroyed. A Squadron left 2 patrols at Lüneburg, while the rest of the squadron went to Horndorf and Barendorf, where they made contact with the 23rd Hussars and harboured for the night. B Squadron harboured at Betzendorf, C Squadron at B Vincennes, keeping 2 patrols at B Nembuttel. D Squadron recalled all its patrols to Westergelesen. Losses over these days was 1 killed in action, with 1 Dingo scout car severely damaged. References are on screen, and I hope you can join me next time. Kind regards, and cheerio.